Hi, it's Craig Collins, and in this video I'm going to talk with you about LinkedIn and the benefits of LinkedIn for businesses. So, a lot of people think that it is primarily for professionals and for B2B type transactions. However, it is a powerful tool for really just about any type of business. So right now there are about 100 million people on LinkedIn worldwide. Many of those people do have a fairly high net worth and net income. The last statistics I saw showed that the average user on LinkedIn had a average net annual income of around $100,000. So it's a fairly affluent group of people, and depending on who your client is or the prospect that you're working with, it may be an ideal tool. It's not for everyone. Our preferred social media platforms for most businesses is, of course, Facebook and or Twitter, but LinkedIn can be appropriate for certain businesses. So what I'll do is just give you a quick overview on LinkedIn right now. And of course, one of the things that we want to do for our clients is make sure they have a complete profile. So that profile is going to include, of course, their current job description, where they're working now, their past, a summary of what they do, and then, of course, any sort of recommendations that we can provide for the client or retrieve from some of their existing customers or past customers as well. And then we're going to also connect that with their WordPress blog. So if they've got a blog, we want to pull in all of those articles on LinkedIn. So as you can see, you really want to take some time and fill out all the details on the profile for the client to make sure that they do have a complete profile. People know who they are. They quickly understand why they would want to do business with them. So, this may be appropriate for someone, for instance, like a financial advisor or an insurance agency, more than some of the other local businesses, if you will. So what we'll do is we're going to complete that profile, and then on a daily basis, it's important to communicate with the people that you are connected to. Okay, so it's very similar to Twitter or Facebook in that you have an opportunity to post updates. So right here where we have the share an update, we can either attach a link to share an article. We could just say something about, maybe a milestone that you've reached with your company, just some sort of news that's going to be of interest to your followers. So what we'll do is we'll post once a day. You really don't want to post more than that. So it's very similar to Facebook in that regard, because down here you'll see you have all your updates, which again is very similar to the Facebook news feed that you're familiar with right now. So we see updates from people who are talking about their business, posting helpful articles, posting information that's going to be useful to their community. So again, we'll do that about once a day on behalf of the client. And then also what we would likely do is set up a group for our client. Okay, so groups can be very powerful in that you have an opportunity to create a community with a specific segment of people. So if I click on my groups, we can see that I'm part of, I think, close to probably 50 groups or so now. Most of those folks are related to social media or real estate or marketing, just depending on the different niches that I want to communicate with. But groups can be very powerful in that you've got a lot of people who are interested in your specific market or your specific niche. Okay, so as an example, I could go to one of the, for instance, marketers on Twitter. I know these people are, this is a very targeted group. These folks are only interested in social media and marketing. So what I can do is I can post articles or helpful information for this group. Now what that's going to do is this is going to be sent out to all the members. So keep in mind, some of these groups have memberships in the tens of thousands, even in the hundreds of thousands. So what's going to happen is if I get involved in an active group that's related to my market, that information is going out to potentially hundreds of thousands of people in my market on a daily basis, and they're being emailed summaries of my updates. So if I find a fairly active market, what I'll want to do is I want to, or a fairly active group, I want to post in that group on a daily basis. So that's what we'll do in our client's behalf, is we want to put them on top of the charts and sort of top of mind in front of all these targeted people. Now, if you look on the right side here, we've got top influencers of the week in this particular group. So what's going to happen is Mr. Johnny Giles here, he has interacted the most. Okay, so we can see that he's an active participant in this group. He's probably posted articles, he's participated in discussions. But what happens is, if you have 100,000 people in the group, many times I'll look and see who's the most active. That's going to tell me who I want to connect with. Okay, so what I can do is I can reach out to that individual and potentially, do business with them, form a partnership, potentially become a client of his. Okay, so it's a great way for us to get our clients top of mind and really out in front in their market space. All right. Now, another thing we make use of in LinkedIn is the answers section. So if we go under more, click on answers. This is going to essentially be a page where people can ask any question that they want. Okay, so I'm going to do a search for questions just on let's say financial advice. Okay, and this is going to bring up all of the questions related to that particular keyword. As you can see, it highlights financial in all the questions here. So are financial institution advisors any good? If I'm a financial advisor, that's an incredible opportunity for me to answer that question. So I'll click on that question, and we'll probably see that we do have some folks that have provided answers. So we've got 38 people that have answered this question. So you can see that this is a great way to essentially give the client some exposure for people who are searching for financial advisors. Now, this is a regulated industry, so we couldn't really interact on behalf of that client. It's going to be more appropriate for other industries that are not regulated, that we would feel comfortable in answering that specific question, or perhaps the client has given us some direction on what we can and cannot say. Okay, so what we want to do is we'll look for questions like this to interact or have an opportunity to interact with these people. This is a very targeted question, so this is an opportunity for us to stand out. We can stand out, answer the question intelligently, demonstrate that we know essentially our business, and it could be an opportunity for either the person who asked the question or other people who are just sort of perusing LinkedIn looking for the same answer to connect with us. So again, in a regulated industry, it gets a little trickier, but if it's sort of a real estate related question, or again on auto dealerships, the benefits of buying versus leasing, well then certainly we do have the ability to answer those questions on behalf of our clients. But as you can see, it's a very powerful way to basically put the client in front of a lot of people who are asking targeted questions, who are interested potentially in their services, and also just an opportunity to get some PR in front of other people who may have an interest in that particular market or that particular niche. So there's a lot that goes on, again, behind the scenes in managing an effective LinkedIn account, but those are the main points that you'd want to discuss with a client if you wanted to pitch the LinkedIn services under Maximize Social Media. So that's it for this video. I'll see you on the next training video.